Dirt cheap, not keeping these under any circumstances. Really worth it. That's sick, but I screwed up bad with this one. That is just an insane pickup. Welcome to the vlog. We are the Vlog Squad today. We're vlogging. Why did I say vlog so many times there? We've got a lot to cover today, and we're doing it in a bit of a different style than usual, because I've got a lot of pieces here that I want to show you, and they're from a wide variety of styles and categories and brands, many of which we have not looked at or talked about on the channel before. And these are all winter pickups. It got absurdly cold very quickly, and I suddenly realized I was not prepared. I had a few holes in my closet that I needed to plug, and I got some really cool stuff. And I got some not so cool stuff. That's right, we've got some really good wins here, but also some major fails. I'm gonna show you behind the curtain here, show you some of the things that you're not usually gonna see on this channel, where I show you where I messed up. So we've got a lot to cover today. Let's just get right into it.
Hey, and like I said, I do fail sometimes, and in order to cover those fails, I need to make moolah, paper, dinero, money. Check out my Grailed, it's in the description. Thank you very much.
All right, first off, we're gonna start simple here, and things are going to get crazier and crazier as it goes, so do not go anywhere. The first winter pickup I made was a pair of sweatpants, a pair of joggers here. These are from John Elliott, someone we have never talked about or looked at on the channel before. And that's for a good reason. On the channel, I usually like to cover the most exciting stuff, the most new, innovative, interesting to me. John Elliott is not really any of those things. He does luxury, like streetwear, sportswear basics. And that's what this is. This is a paneled pair of black joggers, which is really what I needed for this winter. This is the type of thing I was missing. I don't always want to be wearing the craziest pair of pants. Sometimes I just need some nice warm joggers, but John Elliott actually really does a good job, makes stuff in the United States, Japan, so really high-end stuff, nice fabrications. So first off, let's check out this pair that I got. And again, it gets better from here, much better. All right, first up are these John Elliott joggers. I have really liked these contrasting kind of like white beige drawstrings ever since I got into Rick. You can see that this waistband here is kind of on the bigger side. Really nice pockets. There's some interesting choices being made there. And then here's the paneling at the legs. Really interesting kind of angular stuff. It just brings them one step beyond being like a pure basic. And then you've got these jogger cuffs at the ankles as well. There's also a zip pocket that's at the back here. It's a really nice touch. It's like a chunky, is that Riri? Yep, Riri zipper right there. Very nice high-end zipper, well done. And then here's what I probably like the most out of this for this piece is that it's very affordable, his stuff, especially if you get it used. You can get it for dirt cheap. And it's made in the USA, well made with good materials and nice basic designs. On the topic of basics, the next thing I needed was a slightly more low-key type of sweater. I have a lot of really loud, really incredible, like staple piece sweaters. You know, the kind of sweaters that you base an entire look around. Like, this thing is crazy, now what do I build around it? Sometimes I have other pieces, like a pair of shoes or a pair of pants or a jacket, that I want that to be the piece you build around, and I want the sweater to be something a little bit more simple. So, in order to do that, I picked up this sweater from Helmut Lang. It is like a very dark gray, heavy distressing, but also kind of understated in a way. Like I have some thrashed Balenciaga sweaters and stuff like that, which are just crazy over the top, like horror movie thrashed, whereas this is much more tastefully distressed, some really interesting runs going through it, and I felt like this would really fill that hole of being a simple but still intriguing and fashion-forward type of knitwear that I'm looking for this winter. So let's check out the details of this one. So here's the sweater, and I've already been wearing this a bunch. It immediately started being very useful to me in my day-to-day rotation. You can see it almost starts to get like a plaid pattern to it, and that's because of these kind of like runs that they've intentionally put into the knit in various places, and it gives it a really, really good texture. You can also see close up, the distressing is actually pretty heavy. You get really nice kind of holes with this. You still get single pieces of yarn going across at various places. Big holes right here, and then another one at the back right under this like made in tag. Made in China, not my favorite, but that's kind of just what Helmut Lang does. That's what they've historically been doing. But really, really nice elements of this distressing here without being overbearing or like too Balenciaga thrashed crazy. You know what I mean? Nice ribbed hem and cuffs. Same thing at the collar here. And it is crazy comfortable. And that's because for Helmut Lang, this combination of materials is incredibly high-end. You've got wool, yak, and cashmere here. That is about as nice a blend for like a thick sweater as I can imagine. You get the thickness and warmth of the wool, but then the additional softness of the yak and cashmere, it brings it all together and makes this thing really worth it for what I paid. Again, this thing was also very, very cheap. All right, I promised you that we would talk about mistakes. I do make mistakes, I just don't always show them on this channel here, unless you're talking about my fits that I do at the end of the videos, in which case if you're listening to the comment sections, I make tons of mistakes there, and I'm not always even gonna argue with that. But anyway, that's besides the point. I've got a couple mistakes that I made that I'm gonna show you in this video, and this one is, while we're on the topic of sweatpants, I wanted one more, okay? I had this pair of John Elliott joggers that we already looked at, and I was like, all right, we've got the joggers, let's do a pair of more like open leg sweatpants without the elastication that grabs you at the ankles. I wanted something a bit more open, and I was like, hey, I've seen some Rick Owens sweatpants that I really like. I already have a pair of like skirt ones, but I don't always want to wear a piece with a skirt. That's kind of a theme of this video, is wanting something a little bit simpler. Maybe that says something about where my style's heading. Anyway, all that to be said, I went on Grailed. I found what I thought was a really cool pair of sweatpants by Rick Owens, right? It's in this kind of, it's somewhere between faded pink and dust, like halfway between those two. And I was like, this looks great. Really open, like terry cloth insides, nice and long. It's like a really old dark shadow, which I really love. So I was all on board. I thought these were gonna fill that hole in the closet perfectly. And then they arrived, and very quickly it was obvious why this was a mistake. So let me show you. So here they are. They look cool, right? Yeah. Nice, long, skinny Rick Owens sweatpants. Here's the problem right here. Can you see it? Can you see the problem? All right, let me get in closer here. Okay, so here is the rise. That's essentially no rise whatsoever. It's just a straight seam down the middle. It is very women's. It is about as clearly women's as it gets, although this was listed on Grailed as a men's piece, although I should have looked into it further. It's my fault. It's my fault. It's kind of the seller's fault. I'm also mad at that guy, but I should have known better. This is as women's as it gets, and the bulge and tightness in this area right here gets insane. There are some other problems too. It's an elasticated waist, but there are no drawstrings. There are no pockets. It's basically a pair of leggings, okay? But look, it's a really cool piece. I do appreciate it. Like raw hems down here, this super soft like felpa kind of fleece inside. Look at that. That is insanely, insanely soft. Man, if these fit, they would have been great. Dark shadow, like x-ray tag inside the leg here. You can see the outside of it right there. So you could cuff these up. It would have looked great if they fit. A super long tag in the back. Ugh, I screwed up. I wish they would work though. I'll wear them later so you can see why I'm not keeping these under any circumstances. On the topic of mistakes, one brand that I've never looked at before, I've never had a piece of theirs of my own, is Hysteric Glamour. The old school, 90s Japanese brand, still going strong to this day. And I was really looking forward to checking out a piece from them. I'm always keeping my eyes out. I wanted some Hysteric Glamour to call my very own. And I found this piece that was like a zip-up hoodie sweater with all of these metal studs going around. I am an aging boomer punk. I love punk styles, dark avant-garde styles, etc. And I saw this piece and I was like, that is perfect for what I'm going for here. So I picked up this guy right here. You can see like it's knit. I'll open it up. There are the studs right there. So cool, right? Yeah, so here's the problem. Here's where I made the mistake. It says it is free size, and usually any other time I've seen a piece that says it was like free size or unisize or one size, that means it's pretty big, because I'd assume, right, if you make a piece in one size, it's like, hey, this is gonna fit the entire range of normal sizes, maybe not if you're super petite or super plus size, but any like, you know, small through XL, I feel like a one size piece is gonna fit those. I was wrong. Let me show you. Wow, what a cool piece, right? Yeah, this is so sick. Those studs going up. That's so nice, and all the way around the hood too. Look, oh, they go around there, and oh my gosh, they've got this really nice zipper pull here. Classic Hysteric Glamour stuff. Here's the problem. This thing's tiny. It's tiny. Again, I'll wear it later to show you. I measured this. Here's my hand. That's my hand, so that's probably what, like 7 inches, right? The pit to pit is like 15 inches max. I don't even know if standard men's sizing goes this small. Maybe like a 2XS, right? Extra small. This is like a youth medium right here, okay? My God, but the knit is really nice. It's like a cotton knit, ribbed all the way through. That zipper pull is so sick. Pockets at the sides. If this fit, it would have been like one of my favorite pieces. I'm so sad about this one. But again, it's on me. I screwed up, but I screwed up bad with this one. All right, I promised you this video was gonna get better, and right here is where it takes a drastic turn for the better, because these last 2 winter pickups that I made are crazy. These ones I'm so excited for. Now we're getting into the leathers. So this right here is a pair of leather pants from Alexander McQueen. Mainline Alexander McQueen. These are called the Goth Cowboy pants, and you'll see why. But let me just first explain. I wanted some leather pieces. I've been getting more and more into like a leathery aesthetic. Nah, I'm straight, okay? I promise I'm straight, but I do love leather. And these pants, both the fit and the style and all the little details were perfect for me, and the price was insane. So let me show you these leather Goth Cowboy Alexander McQueen pants. All right, here they are, the Alexander McQueen leather pants. These are insane. Insane. Every detail on these is perfect. Let me show you real quick. I'll give you the highlights, the greatest hits. So first of all, at the front here, look at this snap at this like extra large belt loop. That's a sick touch. Okay, you get like a regular closure here, but then these 2 little like grommets, rivets, whatever, that's an extra hook right there. Really cool detail with a zip closure. Look at these tassels on the pockets right here. Yeah, the pockets themselves have zippers with these, I don't know, riveted tassels. That's sick. Branded zippers, by the way, branded. So that's at both pockets here. Really nice angle to those as well. And then heading down, you get this nice little cut at the knee here, this little seam there. But then you also get zippers down at the ankles. So you could totally just open those up if you wanted. And then at the back here, more zipper pockets. It's just all of these little details that make this thing, I don't know, a step above just a regular pair of leather pants. Like I have a pair of Enfant Riche Primé leather pants, and I love them, but they're not as detailed as this. So as we noted, these are Alexander McQueen, not McHugh. This is mainline McQueen. And you can see this lining here that is so soft, really nice lining. Made in Italy, of course, the best of the best. And this is genuine leather, 100% buffalo, okay? And the lining is pure viscose. It's like as good as it gets. Like, look at that leather. This is like one of the nicest pieces I've picked up in a long, long time. All right, the final winter pickup I made was actually not something I was even on the lookout for. I will go thrifting pretty regularly, and I barely ever keep the stuff I thrift. I mostly just thrift it in order to sell it, make money to buy the stuff that I really want. This was different though. I found this piece and I was like, this is immediately going into my closet. This is for me. This ain't for you or anyone else, because what we got is a vintage leather bomber jacket from Brooklyn Bomber, made with American leather. It's got this fleece, you know, faux fur, whatever you want to call it, interior that can also zip out. And here's the best part. Best part. Even the bomber collar, this elasticated collar, and the hem and the cuffs, all of this is still leather. They don't change to like a ribbed trim of any kind. It is all leather, and the fit is a perfect modern, like Balenciaga style fit. This thing blew my mind. Let's take a look. So here it is, the vintage leather bomber. Is this not blowing your mind? Like, this is crazy, and I did not just pick this up because it was a cheap leather jacket. I'm not just gonna throw any leather jacket into my closet. I'm keeping this because it checks like every box. First of all, I love bomber jackets. It's one of my favorite silhouettes. I've always wanted one in leather. The second thing is the cut. If you look at the cut of this, it's like a round jacket type of thing. Like, I swear to God, I saw Balenciaga do this exact silhouette like this year, and the quality is essentially just as high. Like, I know I already talked about this, but look at the details in this collar right here, and that's the same for the cuffs and the hem. The leather itself is really nice, oiled, I'm assuming calf leather. Really nice metal zipper pull. Pockets at the sides are fantastic. At the back, once again, you can see that shape. And again, brands are doing this right now, and this is a vintage version of it that I also got for crazy cheap. That's sick. And then if you look inside, like I said, you've got that removable faux fur interior, right, that also zips out if you need it to, but that is incredible. You can just tell by looking at it that the feel is great. It's got like a velour, velvety type of feel. And this is by Brooklyn Bomber, right? Quality American leather. And the reason it fits so well is because this is a 2X. All right, back in the day, a cut like this, you'd have to go super oversized, but this is how Balenciaga makes like smalls now, some men's size smalls, you know? And that's why it fits so well, because it was crazy oversized when the person bought it. But that is just an insane pickup. I'm so hyped on this. So those are the pieces. None of them were intended to specifically be worn together, but maybe they'll work. Let's go through them. Let's try them on. Let's throw some fits together. Let's try these on. Let me show you how they look on me, and let's have some fun here. Let's go. All right, I hope you enjoyed my winter wins and also my winter fails. I made some big mistakes here. I've got especially with sizing, really. It seems like both of these you could kind of chalk up to sizing, but the things that I got that were good are insane, and I'm so psyched on these. That bomber especially, my God, can you believe that? All right, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like this style of video, let me know. It was really fun for me. I like doing it. I hope you liked watching it. Like this video, subscribe, comment, all that stuff that helps with the algorithm, and I'll see you next time.